we're recording, so. G'day and welcome to another Carnage House interview. Today we've got Powerchair Football extraordinaire, Charlie Joyner, superfan, and all-round good bloke, Ben Keyte. Ben, how you going?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Terrific. Now, I thought we'd touch on a couple of things today.
I'm pretty good as well.
Dougs, how you going?
Pretty good. Power's playing tonight. I'm very excited. Roosters
Yes.
Power could be a
Go
premiership
Go
preview.
Eels. You a big Eels fan?
Massive Eels fan.
Massive, alright.
Tim Manor friend.
Tim Manafred.
Well, I'm going to... I probably won't say...
Too much bad things about Tim.
No, I'm going to have a crack at Tim Manor. But anyways, I know he's a nice guy, but he just needs to retire, I think.
Good eyebrows. Great eyebrows.
Great eyebrows.
Girls love
So
him.
we're going to cover a couple of things, but I thought we would kick it off with a quick chat about your role as captain of the Wanderers in the New South Wales Powerchair Football Premier League. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what Powerchair Football is, and then we can go into the details about your team and how you're stacking up.
Yeah, so Powerchair Football is like essentially wheelchair soccer. So we play 4-on-4. So we have a goalie and 3 outfield players. And we play in the New South Wales Premier League. So we play against Newcastle Jets, Sydney FC, Central Coast Mariners, who all have Powerchair teams.
Yeah.
And we're actually officially like affiliated with the A-League club.
With the actual Wanderers.
Yeah, so we're actually contracted like proper players, and we're fully kitted out with all training kits, jerseys. We get to go to their official awards dinners. We get our jerseys presented in front of the whole stadium, home games, and all stuff like that. So
it's the real deal. It's the
real deal.
the real deal.
Properly contracted and everything.
Okay. And so how often will you play Powerchair? Well, when is the season starting? When does it end, type of thing?
Yeah, so our season starts first weekend of May this year, and it runs through till sort of September, October-ish. So like 6-7 months.
Does that align pretty much with the normal A-League? Or...
So we play literally in their off-season.
Okay, right.
So A-League's running now till like April.
Yeah.
And then we play.
Yeah.
And then we sort of finish as they sort of come back.
Yeah.
So all the soccer fans can get their dose of football when the
all year
A-League's
round.
off.
Yeah.
All year round.
So we've had the RBB come and support us.
The
RBB, Red and Black Block. So that's the Western Sydney Wanderers active group.
Huge.
The guys
right.
that get up
Okay. So
flag,
they're the hardcore guys.
The hardcore, yeah.
So they come to the game now.
Is that fun?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Now,
what are they like?
Yeah. What are they like?
They go off. They like chant for us the whole like. We play 20-minute halves, so 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So they chant the whole game, like they do for the A-League boys.
So they let off flares and stuff.
Nah, not anymore. No.
Not anymore. Because I presume it's indoor, isn't it? Is it indoor?
Yeah. We play indoor. Yeah.
Cool. So what are the kind of specifications? How do you have to be eligible to play Powerchair Football?
Yeah. So first you got to have disability, physical or any kind of physical disability. So you use like a wheelchair. A lot of us have specialized chairs that are literally built just for the sport.
I feel like if you have like a power chair against someone who's got like a manual chair, that could be hard.
Yeah, that wouldn't work out.
It wouldn't
They'll
work.
tip over the ball anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we all have chairs that we like import from the States. So there's a shop there called Power Soccer Shop.
Power Soccer Shop.
Shout out Power Soccer Shop. I've seen you shout outs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so they build all the chairs for like, it all depends on how like serious you want to get with the sport.
Yeah.
So the more you play, like if you want to have ambition to play international and stuff, like you've got to have like the best equipment. So
yeah.
So how much do you think there's any kind of rigging / equipment fixing that goes on in terms of like additional are there any power specifications for the chair, or can you just kind of really just turn it up,
put on the NOS,
put the NOS tank on,
put the turbo?
Yeah.
So it's actually very, very heavily regulated.
Oh really?
So because it's an international sport and we're trying to make the Paralympics.
Yeah.
So it's all like we get drug tested and stuff as well.
Really?
In international events. So we're speed limited to 10 kilometers an hour in forward and reverse.
Okay.
So you can turn the chair as quick as you want, like spin on the spot and everything. But it has to go no more than 10 k's forward or reverse.
Okay.
So before the game, what happens is we all get put on like literally a dyno, like you would a car.
Yeah.
and our chairs get speed tested before the game.
Really?
And then if you're over, you get one more chance. Like, you got to reprogram your chair.
Yeah.
So you plug a laptop in like a normal car, and you just change the speed. And then if you're over again, you then miss the first half. You're not allowed to play.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
And then you get retested again at half time. And then if you're over again, you're out. So you only get one more shot,
Yeah.
Right.
and then you don't play the whole game.
Well, in fairness, if you've
It's
got
cheating.
busted 3 times, you probably don't deserve to play the
Yeah.
game. Yeah.
And then after the game as well, the ref picks like a random player from each side to get re-speed tested after the match.
Okay.
And then what happens is, so it's what's
So no one
called,
fixes it during the game. Type
yeah.
thing.
So it's what's called a hot test. So you're allowed a 10% leeway, so you can go up to 11 Ks
Right.
during the match because the chairs get hot.
Yeah.
But if you go over the 11 Ks, what happens is after the game, if you get done over 11, your team loses the points if you win. So it's full on like
Yeah.
cutthroat.
There's like a SADA.
We're actually under ASADA rules, like
Really?
for drug testing and
Really?
stuff. Yep,
Wow.
it's like full on.
That company
It's like a
has
full
to
on
make-
international sport.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
That's
Well, we
pretty
should see
intense.
if we can go to one of the games and cut up like a bit of highlights or something.
Yeah. No, we'll do a
Promo
bit.
or
We'll do a
something.
It's
vlog.
crazy.
We'll do a vlog.
That'd be good.
Well, that's great. So the season hasn't started yet. That's what you're saying. It hasn't started yet. But there's also the Australian Powerchair football team as well that runs. So that would be the best of the kind of the A-League teams get picked for the Australian side. Is that right?
yeah. So at the end of this year, we've got the Asia Cup.
Yep.
So we're gonna have Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and hopefully, I've heard rumours England are coming. They're not Asian, of course, but we've sort of invited them out, like sort of just to give our comp a bit more weight.
Yeah.
Because England are ranked number 3 in the world. And
Who's-
we're number 4.
Who's number 1?
Number 1, the bloody French.
Really?
Yeah. The French are 1 and US are 2.
Okay.
So we're number 4. But to be number 4 for us is like pretty good because we've only been in the sport as a country for about sort of since 2011.
Yeah.
So we're really young in terms of our development
Yeah.
as a country. So to be number 4 out of about, I think there's around 30 registered countries now
Okay.
in the world that play the sport. So
Cool.
yeah, to be number 4 is like pretty
When
good.
when did you start playing?
Oh, as soon as it got introduced to Australia, so
Yeah.
2010, 2011.
One of the OGs.
Yeah, one of the originals. So I was pretty hooked straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it get quite intense in the game? Is there quite a bit of chat, quite a bit of
Banter?
intimidating, quite a bit of staunching happening during the
Yeah,
game?
yeah. Like I've been involved in a fight or two
Yeah.
on the field.
Does that involve like a lot of ramming, or does that like
Yeah,
you
it's
try and
just
tip
like-
the other person's chair?
Yeah,
or...
it's just like, you know, South Park when Timmy had the cripple fight. So basically, it's like that. No, but I don't know. It just depends. Like, I think because we're all pretty serious, we're all extremely competitive,
Yeah.
and because we play at such a high level,
Yeah.
and there's at the end of the day, there's like rep spots on the line as well. So
Sure.
Yeah. Sometimes it spills over.
yeah, and like there's nigglers. I'm a niggler.
Yeah.
I'm just even though I'm the captain, I'm like a bit of a niggle.
Yeah.
But yeah. At the end of the day, like we're all really good mates as well. So
Yeah.
I think it's very different compared to other sports as well.
Have you done any international competitions before? Like, have you gone out of Australia to play?
Yeah. So back in 2011, I played
Straight
for
away.
Australia at the World Cup.
Huge.
So we went to Paris.
Oh.
Played in the World Cup there. That was like amazing, like
Yeah.
trip of a lifetime.
Yeah.
We finished. I think we finished like 8th there. Or was it 7th or 8th? I don't know.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
I think it was 7th. It was 7th. Sorry, it was 7th.
Mm-hmm.
So we've definitely progressed since then.
Yeah. Did the French win that one?
No, the US did.
Okay.
So this last year there was a World Cup in America, and it was the first time America haven't won the World Cup.
Oh,
So
really?
there's only been 3 World Cups in the history of our sport.
Yeah.
So US have got 2 and France have got 1.
Okay.
Okay.
So what makes the US and the French team so good? Like in terms of the action dynamics of the game, like what do they do kind of better than everyone else?
Yeah. Well, they're the 2 OGs of the sport. So that's where the sport originated in America and France. So they've got a massive leg up on a lot of people.
Okay.
But just like in terms, they've got a massive like amount of people to select from to
Yeah.
start with. Like in America, they've got something like over 50 something registered clubs throughout
Right.
the country.
Right.
They've got relegation.
Really?
So yeah, they've got full relegation. So they have like top tournaments.
league,
Like
yeah.
they have like a top 20 leagues. They was like EPL, and then you finish the top. Sorry, you finish the bottom 2 or 3, you get relegated,
Right.
and then there's relegation playoffs to go up to the top league, and just
Yeah.
That would be a good TV show to do.
It would
Yeah.
be.
Following the Powerchair Football in America.
Yeah.
and it's insane. And like they televise on TV. Their national side is sponsored by Nike.
Oh,
Wow.
So like Nike US, so they're like, my understanding, I don't know if it's completely right, but my understanding is like Nike provide them like money for flights, all fully kitted
wow.
out. The players get their own personalized shoes.
Really?
It's just like, it's another level, and like they've got proper official coaches as well.
Yeah.
Like pro coaches, like the England coach. So England are very like, they're taken by the FA, so they're equivalent of like our FFA.
Yeah.
So they're run by them, and their coach has actually got his UEFA Champions League badges. So he could coach a professional team in UEFA
Oh,
Champions
really?
League.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, and he coaches the England Powerchair team. So, and we've got like volunteers and people's parents that coach the national side, which is great, you know, but like for us to move to that next level, like,
It's going to have to get a little
Yeah.
bit more serious, probably.
yeah, I think there's a lot of lessons we can like take from
Yeah.
Sure.
top 3. But we're moving.
And I
Yeah.
bet that power chair shop is souping up the US ones, giving them a bit of extra nos on the
Oh,
side.
you know, there's rumours.
There's rumours. There's rumours.
But yeah.
Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. We'll definitely give them a shout out. And are there like highlight videos and stuff
Yeah.
like that going around?
Yeah, just like if you go on Google and just look up Powerchair Football,
Yeah.
there's like stacks of videos from like Europe and America and
Yeah.
Japan. It's massive in Japan as well.
Are you an outfield player or a goalie or what?
Yeah.
So last year I've played midfield, so centre mid, which I don't really like. I'm more.
It's the money position though.
It is the money position. It's the position gets all the girls in the position too. But no, I mainly prefer like wing or striker,
Yeah.
and that's realistically like that's my role for like reps. So
Yeah.
hoping to play that a bit more this season, but
Yeah.
we'll see what the
Yeah.
what my club coach
Yeah,
does.
well, is it like a mixed team, or is there like girls who play in like a different competition, or how does it work?
No, so it's mixed. It's like
Yeah,
both genders together, and like we're definitely like welcoming girls to come and play.
yeah,
Some of the top players in the world are actually female.
right,
So there's some really top female chicks that play from the States.
yeah,
They're really like, and like they just like give it as hard as the boys.
yeah,
So they're, yeah. We always get like towed up though, especially in the dressing room. The boys are like, oh, you got towed up by a girl. But nah, they're good.
They're good. They're legit.
Very good, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
nice.
That's interesting.
Nice.
Cool. All right. Well, we'll definitely give a shout out to the New South Wales Premier and particularly the Wanderers for giving you all the
Where do you guys play?
yeah.
Yeah, so we play at Valentine Park. So Football New South Wales headquarters.
What suburb is that in?
Glenwood.
Glenwood.
So near Norwest, pretty much.
Right. Okay. Cool.
So we play there like every Saturday. Kick off 2 or 3 o'clock,
Yeah.
depending on the draw. But we don't have the draw yet for this year.
Mm.
So
Slackers.
yeah, but no, it's good. And the Wanderers like amazing with their support of us. Like everything they've done, like they're definitely like leading the way in terms of like Australia and like supporting a team of like disabled guys.
Huge.
is
Shout out to
great.
the Wanderers.
Yeah. Big shout out. Look, we don't really follow the A League too much.
But if we
If
did,
we're honest. But if we
would
did,
follow the
We would
Wanderers.
probably go for the Wanderers. Yeah.
And also our sponsors as well. We've got sponsors.
Who's
Yeah.
your
So
sponsors?
shout out to House of No Steps.
What do they do?
They sponsor us.
What do they do?
House of No Steps.
Yeah,
Are they
they're like
construction?
they're like a discipline.
Oh right.
discipline
Okay.
org. And then we've also got we had a new sponsor come aboard, Federal Batteries.
Huge.
So they're actually a battery store. So they actually become our official battery supplier
Okay.
for our team,
Oh,
Cool.
cool.
which is huge. So we've got like
So, is
sports
it,
batteries in our sports chairs.
oh, great.
So
Do you,
Some
so
extra
so
power.
this chair you're in now. This is not a.
no, this is my day chair.
This is your day chair. Do you
Day
ever get around in the sports chair day to day?
Nah,
No.
it's too uncomfortable
Oh really?
because it's like a lot lower. So I don't need to be sitting like at your waist height. My head would be. It's a lot lower. There's no suspension in it.
Oh, so it's like a full. It's like a
It's
race
full on-
car.
Yeah, like I'll show you like later if you want.
Yeah.
It's just in the room, but like yeah, it's full on. It's full on built specifically just for soccer.
Okay.
Motors are tuned up and everything. So
Cool.
yeah,
Cool. Well, that's definitely an insight into Powerchair just related sport. Are there any other power chair sports besides soccer going
Yeah,
around?
so there's also like powerchair hockey
Okay.
as well. So wheelchair hockey, and then there's another sport like wheelchair rugby league as well. Literally,
Really?
your face. Yeah, wheelchair rugby league. I used to play that when I was like younger as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does that go? Like, how does that...
It's so back in the day when I used to play, it was like actually pretty hard.
Yeah.
Very physical. So literally, it was like 6-on-6.
Yeah.
I think it now might be 5-on-5. I can't remember. But so it's weird. So there's no ball,
Yeah.
right? So say if I've got the ball, I say got it.
Okay.
And then if I want to pass to you and you say you're number 1,
Yeah.
I say 1, and you've got to be behind me, otherwise it's forward pass.
Okay. And I
And
say
then you
got it.
If you don't say got it, it's a knock on. It's like dropping the ball. So it's like it's very disabled sport, but it's so cool. But it's
so
like,
cool.
and then to tackle, literally you just run into each other.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
There's been some mad stacks.
Yeah.
So, what is it? Are there some serious injuries?
Yeah, and because it's not speed limited.
Oh, really?
So it's
people
electric. It's power
souped up
chairs.
chairs.
It's power chairs, but playing with manual chairs.
Right.
The push guys
Right.
as well.
So they had a disadvantage, those push guys.
So they're at a disadvantage because they get smashed,
Yeah.
but they're at an advantage because they're way more maneuverable than power
Right.
drive chairs, and they're way quicker. Like,
Right.
assuming they're strong enough. So like, some of
Yeah.
them can push their chair up to 20 or 30 k's
Right.
an hour.
Yeah.
So once they've hit a gap, they're gone.
Yeah.
Whereas like
But also, if they get smashed, it's carnage.
yes. So it's like, yeah.
What's the worst injury you've seen in a power chair related sport?
So someone tipped over, broke their left ribs, left arm,
Oh.
popped their eye socket out. I've popped my wrist out playing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah.
How regular are injuries? So are they?
It's a lot like few and far between now.
Yeah.
Back in the early days, there was a lot because like people like we were younger, so we'd get in and just like boys be boys, you know.
Yeah.
Just want to hit each other. But also like the equipment's come a long way as well.
Yeah.
So like the sports chairs are built low and like wide base, so like they're very hard to like tip over.
Yeah.
Like very hard. So yeah, safety's definitely like in the front of like the designers' minds now
Yeah.
when they're
Yeah.
making equipment for us.
Yeah. Do you get suspended if you do something ridiculous?
Yeah, it's like
A
so
late
soccer we
hit
got like
type of
yellow and
thing?
red cards and stuff.
Yeah.
So you get a red card, we get suspended the next game,
Right.
like normal. International tournament, there's like full judiciary. If you ever
You got to go before the tribunal.
go before a tribunal.
Explain yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also, it's like full on. It's like full on.
Because in rugby league they have like specialists. They're almost like lawyers who you bring in who are just like rugby league video
Sports
officials,
lawyers,
sports lawyers, particularly
Yeah.
like obviously like the Melbourne Storm go to judiciary almost every week for
Yeah.
like wrestling and grappling and
Shadow Cameron Smith.
chicken wing tackles and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And obviously there are guys who are specialists in like lowering grades from like a grade 3 to a grade 1.
Yeah.
You know what? Because it's like a full duty. Is there like that equivalent for you guys?
Nah, like not that professional yet. But I don't know. I've never been called to the judiciary. That's
Do you know
good.
people who have?
Not here
Not
in
directly.
Australia. No. But I know there's been people like overseas that have been,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they've like
Some dirty dealings.
like they've been like dodging their chair to go too fast or
Yeah.
gotten punch ups and stuff.
Yeah.
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 Or sometimes because we also get, so without getting too technical, but like we also get classified depending on our disability,
Sure.
and then you've got to have a certain amount of like a particular classification on the field at all times to make up your team.
Sure.
So there's been some people who like dodge how strong or not they are,
Right.
so
Oh,
they get like
right.
a lower classification.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then when they play, they get found out
Yeah.
because when
Yeah.
you're playing, but then there's still officials watching,
Yeah.
and then you're like, oh, hang on, like
Yeah.
he didn't show you that in the
Yeah.
assessment.
Yeah.
So what would they would say that they are like less able than they actually are,
Yeah.
and so that they get a grading that's more severe.
Yeah. So basically, in Powerchair Football, so you get classified either a P1 or P2.
Mm-hmm.
So P1, so I'm P1.
Mm-hmm.
So P1 is people that are considered more physically disabled. So you have like you can't move your head as much, and you have like less vision. You can't. So I can't take my hand on and off the joystick myself.
Yeah.
So you got very little movement. And a P2 is someone who can maybe like lift their hands up a bit, can like support like their top torso and stuff.
Right.
So you in Powerchair football, you've got to have a minimum of 2 P1s on the field at all times.
Okay.
So it's designed for like people with like severe physical disability to be involved and like play at like the top level and stuff. But sometimes like you'll get some players who'll try and like pretend they're weaker to get a P1.
Yeah.
Because
and then stack their P1s with guys who are actually really
strong players.
P2s,
yeah. And then that will allow like more flexibility in the squad.
Sure.
So then like, because really to like have a great squad like, it's really a big advantage if your goalkeeper is a P1, and if your goalkeeper is a strong P1, because then you can have 2 strong players in the outfield.
Yeah.
Like as P2s, and then just 1 P1.
Yeah.
In the outfield.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There's some tactics that go on.
Yeah.
And do you reckon you can tell straight away when a person's
some are very
talking
borderline.
rubbish?
Yeah, some are very borderline. So, but it's a massive like.
Is it a big call to call someone out on the other team and say you're not a
like we don't do it ourselves, but like that's up to coaches and team management and stuff. But we go through like a full on like assessment once we reach a tournament. Yeah. So we get seen by like a full on like specialist, like a doctor, assesses everything, and we do all these tests. It goes for like an hour. Yeah. It's like an hour long assessment.
Because obviously there is that bit in South Park. Have you seen where Cartman goes to the Olympics and he pretends that he's got a disability and he still gets smoked, but he's
yeah.
Let's talk rugby league.
Yeah, let's talk a bit of rugby league. We'll do a bit of the wrap of the Eels. Eels are 2 from 2 at this point.
They are.
Blake Ferguson's been absolutely amazing.
We're getting some winger cheese for the first time in a long time. Since Samuel Raja left, we haven't had any winger cheese, and now we're getting none of it. Just pass it to the winger and get a try. I like that.
Are you playing Supercoach or tipping or?
No, I'm tipping.
You're tipping?
I'm tipping.
How are you going? How'd you go the first 2 weeks?
So 5 out of 8 first round.
Yeah.
Perfect round second round.
Yeah, I got
8 from 8.
Really?
I got done on the second round on the Tigers Warriors game. I had the Warriors.
No, I went Tigers. Come on, boys.
Tigers are rubbish.
That team they're 2 from 2. What do you want about?
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying they are now. But at the time they were 1 from 1. That was not impressive. Anyways, who's your favourite player at the Eels at the minute? Or who do you reckon's going to perform the best this year?
I'm interested to see if Ferguson keeps his form up.
Yeah.
But I think I really like the look of the new 5'8", Dylan Brown.
He's on Supercoach. He was 168,000. He was ridiculously undervalued.
He's good.
He's looking good.
He's looking really good. And
Moses is playing well with him as well. They're playing well together.
Yeah. And our hooker, I think we've got good hookers.
Reece Marnie.
Yeah.
And
Jaden Salmon.
Jamie Salmon was apparently a 5'8".
Yeah.
And then he just wasn't getting minutes.
Coming off utility though.
Apparently he's a bit of... what I heard coming through was last year when there was... I think Norman or Moses was injured and they were going to put Salmon there, that he was a legit gun. That Salmon could actually play. So obviously we got stacked at that 6'7", because obviously you got Gutherson as well flying around.
Yeah.
Johnny Drama, so I like to call him from Entourage.
I've heard Bevan French is going though.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, where are we going to put him? It's sad because he's a gun.
He's too small.
He does get picked up and taken back.
That's his problem.
Yeah.
That's why Brad doesn't like him.
Oh, Brad
have you spoken to Brad?
No, just not saying anything, but just he's too small.
Those are the rumours you're hearing around. They go from the Eels to the Wanderers and then get the inside running. Who do you reckon's going to win the comp? Eels aside.
Yeah, well, maybe who's going to meet the Eels in the finals?
Yeah.
Storm, replay of 09, where we got dudded by...
salary cap.
Yeah.
Absolute grubs.
Where nobody won that year, apparently. They just have a nobody won.
You know what? I still remember watching the game where...
How about when they called Foo
for the knock-on?
Yeah, for a knock-on.
Ridiculous. I still remember it.
And how can no one win a grand final?
Yeah.
Like, I was there. Like,
yeah.
Like, stupid. It's like when you watch a TV show and it says to be continued.
Yeah.
What's the point of watching it?
Yeah.
Stop being lazy.
Just gotta wait for the next week.
They're just being lazy, yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah. Wrap it up.
Yeah. Well, we're all big Parramatta supporters. We're actually broadcasting this from Parramatta.
North Parramatta.
You live near where the Eels train.
I do.
The Eels train just down there a few hundred metres.
Yeah, do you ever go up and watch?
No, that's...
Well, we live a few hundred metres from there as well. We don't really watch that much.
Yeah.
You know this park here, what's the park called?
Doyle Ground.
Doyle Ground is where I played my first ever cricket game.
Is it?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And we did it with averages as well, so because it was junior cricket, it was like, for whatever reason, you just get the amount of runs and then you divide it by the number of wickets, and then it gives you like an average. And we won by like a quarter of a run or something like that. There you go.
Really?
Yeah, interesting story. Here we are in North Parramatta. Salt of the earth people around here. Any other NRL related news, really? Obviously, big off season with the sex tapes and whatnot.
Yes.
Ridiculous.
Dylan Napa. What's he doing? Well,
And
we all
he's
know
a
what
scrub.
he's doing, but
Yeah.
you know.
And he's a scrub now anyway. He's the Bulldogs is where you go to end your career, where your career goes to die now.
I know. Greg Eastwood,
The
Morris twins.
They were playing well at the Dogs.
They should have kept them. That's all they had, really.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know why they separated them.
Big fans of the Morris boys. I quite like them. They're pretty good, I reckon. Get a little twin combo. They got that synergy. You know, when like twins have that thing where they know what the other one's thinking.
Or like if you punch one and the other one feels it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a thing.
Like when you're in like different countries and you feel like when the other one's gone to sleep and you're still awake.
I haven't heard that.
They probably have that, I reckon.
I haven't heard that. Yeah, I think that's a conspiracy theory. I think.
I think you've thought about that a bit too much there.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have a twin, so I don't know where he's getting it from.
Well, I don't know.
He's reading it online.
Just got just reading it online. Maybe I've got the psychics. But we've got we're also going to be at the fight this weekend.
So why don't you give an intro to the fight, Dukes?
Well, it's a big fight. For anyone who's involved or have dipped their toes in the Australian kickboxing world as of late, I'm sure you would know the rising star and now full-blown star, Charlie Joyner. He's making mainstream media everywhere, particularly the Carnage House. He's 6. Is he 7-0?
7-0.
He's 7-0. He's fighting for the Australian K1 cruiserweight title this weekend against a bloke who he knocked out in his last fight. Just that the last fight wasn't a title fight, so he's going up to take the silverware, take the belt back to Sydney.
Take it out of Tookley.
They're fighting at Tookley on the Central Coast. What I hear is the ice capital of New South Wales. That's what I've heard. I don't know. I'm from Sydney. Shout out to Tookley. Tookers.
It's an egregious allegation, and you know what? If this gets published and those gentlemen listen to it, you deserve everything you get when you walk in.
We've got we'll be taking our precautions up at Tookley.
We will be packing knives.
We'll be taking our own ice, not joking. No,
Yeah.
we won't.
And big fight this weekend. All three of us are going to be there. We're going to make a video, like a vlog out of it.
You'll do a vlog.
You'll get a gig in that. So I'm looking forward to that. How do you think this? Do you reckon this one's going to go down the same way as last time, or do you think it's going to be a bit more drawn out?
I think it's going to be a bit more drawn out.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think obviously Charlie got him with a good knee.
Yeah,
it was a good knee.
First fight, but really, unless you're an idiot, Cunningham's going to be waiting for that. To be honest. Yes. So I don't know. We'll see, but I think he's ready to go. I think Charlie's ready to go.
Alex thinks we're going to get stabbed in Tookley. We're just going to have to release the podcast after we go.
I think though that I think Joyner's ready.
Yeah, I think
he's ready for the fight.
I think he is. If you watch the video, I would encourage everyone to look at the video we did the day in the life. Took a bit of footage from his strength and conditioning, from his striking, and also his boxing. He's looking good. He's looking powerful.
Looking dangerous.
And focused.
Big
thing for me is his focus.
Cerebral.
And he's his mentality. He's to be honest, I think he's probably one of strong, strength-wise in terms of mentality.
Yeah.
I've never met anyone like him.
Yeah, well, he doesn't even drink. He just, after he wins, he goes straight to bed and goes to the gym.
He says, I eat food and I go to bed.
Yeah, he's
a cyborg.
After Mackenzie version 1,
yeah,
he went to sleep. He's like, I'm gonna eat you next time.
Yeah.
That's what he did, you know. So hashtag watch out Cunningham.
Yeah. Look, hopefully we get it on.
I'll flip up the camera.
Yeah, dude's gonna go fix the camera. We get another savage knockout. I mean, you'd think he'd be waiting for that knee. He'd be ready for it. But if he drops the hands, then he's gonna cop one on the chin, I reckon.
Yes.
Yeah, I reckon Charlie goes in with a fake knee into a Superman punch, kill him in the first 10 seconds.
Yeah.
That's what I told him.
Yeah.
Not Superman punch, but
What do you reckon the odds are he'd let you in the corner one time? Do you reckon?
I'd rather be talking to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See who can work it out.
Maybe walk him out.
Yeah.
Walk him out. That'd be cool. In the Wanderers jersey.
No, in the Joyner.
Join
In the Joyner.
Joyner shirt. What do you want? No.
Well, you just give the Wanderers a plug.
Give them. Yeah.
What come out song would you have ideally? What would be your come out song if you had one?
I don't know. Probably something with a good beat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I reckon
Maybe
50 Cent in the club, maybe.
Candy Shop.
Candy Shop.
Yeah, Candy Shop.
That's a good
I
one.
could roll with that.
Or JT bringing sexy back.
Yeah,
That's
a classic.
that describes me. Basically.
JT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, get a piece of this.
Yeah.
That was when JT was in his prime. Sexy
Yeah.
Bat. Summer Love. Another cracker.
Yeah.
Um,
I think Joyner should come out to A Star Is Born, Shalala,
oh yeah.
by Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga
Bradley
and Bradley Cooper.
He loves it.
Does he?
Like, you got to get him to sing it. He goes off with it.
Does he? This is an
Loves it.
inside scoop.
Inside scoop. He loves it.
Okay. Well, we'll bring it up with him.
Maybe
Because we'll put him on the spot
get him
tomorrow.
to do a rendition.
We'll get him to do an impromptu rendition. Now, do you follow the UFC or?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay, huge. I love the UFC too. They've just
Just hijacks it. Do you see that?
well, they've just announced Amanda Nunes versus Holly Holm for UFC 239, I think, or 238. That'd be big.
Nunes is just
Nunes is a beast.
she's a robot. She's a robot.
Well, Andy, the silly Billy, you might have missed on the last podcast, but we haven't released the video yet. We talk about Andy. Do you know the jumping to conclusion segment we do, where we jump to a conclusion? Andy's one he did during the day, not on the podcast, was that Kamaru Usman was the second best pound for pound fighter.
No, he
in
said
the
he was the
UFC.
best. He said he was the best.
behind John Jones.
Okay. Yeah.
But he missed out. Nunes could be one of the best. Like, she knocked out Cyborg, knocked out Ronda Rousey. Like, she's knocked out some big names.
She's very, very good.
Yeah, she's kind of cute too.
But she doesn't like boys.
Yeah, right.
But
I could change that.
with that hair.
Yeah.
With the pretty
Nah.
boy.
She's very good,
She
very
can
fast
knock you
as
out.
well.
Yeah. Do you have any fighters who you like? Who you like to follow especially?
Like Whittaker.
Yeah.
So it was a shame what happened with him in his last
Yeah, it was a shame.
title fight. But I'm very interested to see Gastelum versus Adesanya.
Yeah. I reckon Adesanya's going to get exposed.
That's Because
Like,
he was a bit disappointing against Silva.
Yeah, I was on the Adesanya hype
So-
train, and then if you can't polish off like a 43-year-old Anderson
Yeah.
Silva, if you're supposed to be the next Anderson Silva, it's like,
Yeah.
Fairness.
But the thing was,
It is still Anderson Silva,
Yeah.
regardless.
for me, it showed like Silva can still fight,
yeah.
and it's also like, was Adesanya fighting just a fighter, or was he fighting his idol?
Yeah. You
Interesting.
think
And that's what-
you think he didn't want to clean up Silva?
I think the moment got to him. I think
Right.
he thought, oh, this is a guy like I've idolized and based my
My
fight
whole
on,
game off him. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I think he was a bit.
Yeah.
He didn't know.
But he's still a young guy.
Very yeah.
Adesanya?
Yeah.
That sounds like 32, 31.
But
I
young
think,
in
or
terms
maybe
of
28.
the game
Young in
of
terms
UFC.
of the game.
Yeah. Yeah. But
So
what I think is like, if you had like a 28-year-old Anderson Silva, he would have polished off anyone. Like, and if Adesanya's marketing himself as the new Anderson Silva, it's like,
yeah.
you got to be able to convincingly beat the old dogs if you want to be there.
I think that's a good point, though. I haven't heard that point, but I reckon there could be something to that.
About fighting his idol.
Yeah, about fighting. So obviously, there's that point in the fight where he knows he's got it,
Yeah.
and it's a question of do I humiliate him, or do I know I've got it under control.
But that's what it looked like. It looked like he knew he had the fight under control.
Yeah.
And he just didn't. I don't know. Something.
There was that moment when Anderson Silva was on the cage and he's saying,
Come
Adesanya,
over
come
here."
get some, and Adesanya just doesn't come over. And I was like, that's the point where I was like, the old Anderson Silva would have gone over and beat that guy up. But, I was just a little bit disappointed from Adesanya's lack of dog mentality.
Yeah.
Also, it looks like TJ Dillashaw's got done.
He was on the
doping.
juice.
He was on the gear.
He's out for at least a year, I think. Cody Garbrandt was, they've made some videos. Cody Garbrandt was saying it in the press conference, saying that TJ was on everything, and that's one of the reasons why he had to leave Team Alpha Male, because they all knew he was on all the sauce.
Yeah, it's disappointing because they've obviously that was one of the reasons why JSP left, was because he thought that there was just so much doping in the sport, and you had like TRT Vitor as Joe Rogan
and TRT Vitor, Overeem, Lesnar.
Yeah, so you had all these guys on the gear, and it was disappointing because you had JSP, who was it could be the greatest pound for pound fighter ever, left the sport for a number of reasons, but one of which was that he felt there was a lot of doping. So obviously, when you have really good guys leaving the sport, it's like, okay, you've got to have a look at it.
The funny thing though with GSP is that he's so naturally athletic. Like, he's got the natural dope. Like, have you seen the way that guy's built? He's a thick boy. He's a thick boy.
He's not. He's just like perfectly proportioned and just like designed for fighting.
He's what you'd expect someone to look like who was on the sauce. So, like, there's a lot of other guys who are probably like, man, he's that far ahead of me, I got to get on the sauce. Yeah, but
it wasn't like the other guys, like you see, like, he's got muscles like where you should have muscles. Like, TRT Vitor was like a rectangle, and like he had like traps that went up to its ears. Like, you can, there is and same with Lesnar.
Yeah, well, Lesnar DC they're talking about.
Really?
Would you be excited for that fight?
Two wrestlers.
For DC, yeah, but Lesnar, I don't know. For me, I just can't take him seriously with the whole WWE thing.
I agree with you.
It's just...
Right.
It makes a mockery a bit of UFC, to be honest,
it
I
does.
feel.
Right.
Just like, why?
Yeah.
Why do you go do this fake shit and then you come and fight UFC?
Yeah. In fairness, he can hang around though. It's not as if he's a pretender. Like, he was...
he did.
He can fight.
He can fight.
Obviously he can fight, but I think a big part of that as well is just because of how big he is.
Yeah, he's just a big, strong Viking guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's just the product of thousands of generations of
selective breeding.
The biggest Vikings taking the best women.
The prettiest women.
Yeah. I think if he was to come and, like, fight UFC and say, like, alright, my career for the next 2 or 3 years, which is probably all he's got because he's getting old as well, is UFC, and he gets rid of the WWE stuff, like, respect to him.
Yeah.
The problem is, though, he's pretty much the biggest name in WWE. Because,
he gets paid. He would get paid.
Yeah, but like obviously you had like when WWE was cool and it was awesome to watch. You had all the big names. You still had Stone Cold, Triple H, primetime Triple H as well, not like this PG version.
Undertaker.
Shawn Michaels, Undertaker,
Kane, Big Show,
Kane,
Umaga,
The Big Show,
Bobby Lashley,
The Big Show,
Donald Trump.
Bobby Lashley, mate. Bobby Lashley.
He was a beast.
Bobby Lashley actually made a pretty legit transition to MMA.
He did. He fought in Bellator.
Yeah. And so is Jack Swagger, just fought in Bellator, I think. Oh, I don't know if it was Bellator. Jack Swagger just had
the All-American.
First pro fight, under the name Jake Hager.
That's his real name.
Regardless, what I was saying though is that if Lesnar started his career and went straight into UFC or went into MMA, then he would be disgusting what he could do.
Yeah.
But it's because he's made a lot of money.
And he's beat up a few really good guys. Like, he got big wins over Frank Mir, Shane Carwin, who was like who everybody thought was the Brock Lesnar, like the biggest dude, the scariest dude, had the biggest hands. He beat up Lesnar for one round because he was on top of Lesnar, and then Lesnar tackled him down and was on top of him and finished the fight just with the ground and pound. If you have anyone that big, you knock anyone out with one punch very easily.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be underneath the ground and pound from Brock Lesnar.
That's on my top 5 bucket list things not to do.
That's a nightmare situation.
Be under Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. You just wouldn't want to be under him in any circumstance.
No, I'd almost prefer to be under Francis Ngannou.
Yeah,
because he'll knock you out.
Ngannou.
Yeah.
Yeah, are you still on the Ngannou hype train?
Yeah.
You have faith in the man that he can bring it all together?
I think so.
I think if he can wait until DC retires, then he can go and get his belt. I just think with DC in there, it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see where DC's next move is.
Yeah, he wants Brock, and if you can't get Brock, I think he'll take Stipe. Stipe deserves another shot, to be fair. Like, I think they're thinking about doing Stipe John Jones. This is on the rumor mill because there's nothing left for John Jones at light heavyweight, so they might they want to move him up to heavyweight. If DC doesn't want the fight, they might give him Stipe. And I think everyone would tune in to watch that.
Oh, that'd be massive. The thing is with Jones as well, because he's so long, it's like, even if he adds like 10, 15 pounds, like, it's not super noticeable. He's not like a short guy where it's just going to expand. Like, he'll get a bit chunkier, but it won't be like ridiculous. I don't think it'd slow him down that much because he's a pretty lanky dude. Like, he's not
he's 6'4", 205er.
He's like an octopus.
Yeah.
Smack it from anywhere.
Prediction UFC 5 years. Charles Joyner in UFC.
It'd be hard.
The ground game's going to be
The
tough.
ground game would be tough. I'd love to. I think he could be a legit kickboxer. He could be in the UFC. He would just need to make sure he gets his wrestling and jiu-jitsu up.
Yeah.
Well,
I'd love to see him there.
Apparently the other day in training, so this is inside Goss, he got taken down by someone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because they thought he was actually an MMA fighter.
Yeah.
And Charlie didn't like say anything.
Yeah.
So Charlie grappled with him, put him in a chokehold. And then found out that the guy actually legit put in a chokehold represented Australia at the Commonwealth Games for Roman wrestling.
Really?
Are
And
you
Charlie put
kidding?
him in a choker. First time Charlie's ever been taken down.
Well, because we spoke about when we did the...
That's Goss from his mum, by the way.
Yeah. Well,
Shout out to Sue Joyner.
Well,
Yeah.
Charlie would be really good at jiu-jitsu. Like those long limbs, he can be.
Oh, he
can
could
be
wrap
choking
them up,
people.
yeah.
He can wrap in limbs.
But we, when we spoke to Johnny, we said to him, like, would you, obviously, because he's on this kickboxing path, so it's difficult for him to kind of base around to MMA. But, he's like, yeah, as much as I like kickboxing and that, and it's what I'm good at, it's like the idea that someone could kind of take me down and, like, I wouldn't be able to do anything is obviously, like, not great in general, just for general practice. So, yeah, that's interesting that he's put a bit of chokehold.
Yeah.
I wonder what it would have been. Maybe it was just a classic rear naked.
Classic headlock, I reckon.
Yeah.
I reckon it's like an older brother headlock.
Because the thing is, he just pulls you in from anywhere.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that does does that. But I just want to say as well. Well, mate, we've covered about 6 different topics in about 30 seconds.
Ice and Tukley.
Ice and Tukley. We're never going to be welcome back on the Central Coast again. That being said,
I'm just saying,
is there much on?
I could go anywhere.
Is there much on the Central Coast anyway?
I don't know.
The
We're gonna find out.
Meredith?
So not much actually.
No.
Blue Tongue Stadium.
I thought we might quickly
North Sydney Bears.
talk about Northcote, because obviously I met you there and the rest of the homies. So you're working at Northcote at the moment. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what Northcote does, and then a little bit about what you do there?
Yep. So Northcote is a disability organisation. So we're based all throughout New South Wales and ACT. We cater for I think almost 10,000 customers throughout the state, and basically we provide services right from early intervention, so from little kids all the way through to adults 60 something years old. So we provide therapy, recreation, life skills programs, as I said, early intervention, speech pathology, all things like accommodation.
Yeah.
We're very big in the accommodation sort of game right now as well. And yeah, just anything really people need.
Capitalising on the Sydney housing prices.
Almost, yeah.
So what do you work there? What's your kind of day to day that you do there?
So I work there 4 days a week, so Monday to Thursday. So right now my role there is inclusive workplace officer. So I look at how we can create employment opportunities for all people with disabilities to be employed.
Yeah.
So I look at recruitment and induction.
Oh right, okay.
Marketing and all things like that. So.
Okay, cool. Because I remember when I was there, and I want to give Northcote a massive shout out because they do some amazing work down there. Particularly with it, just the vast array of different the customers, as you said, different ages. Obviously different disabilities, and to be able to put that all together, it's just unbelievable what they do down there. And I remember going out on outings and stuff. There's some fun stuff that you guys got to do while I was there. I remember going out to the to the racetrack, or it was like a speed track or whatever it is in the chairs.
Oh,
And you get,
WGP.
Yeah, I think that was
Wheelchair
it.
Grand Prix.
Yeah, wheelchair Grand Prix, and there's like the full, the start line and everything.
Yeah.
That was really cool. No, they do some awesome work down there. And so how many people are down there? Because we're down there at the Parramatta one now.
So,
how many customers?
Yeah, so you're talking about like the life skills program that you did placement at. Yeah.
Right.
So I think currently now there's like something about 40 to 50 customers.
Okay. Is that pretty typical for a Northcote?
It's very big. Like that's a big
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think they max at about 30 or so for a day.
Yeah.
Because then on top of that you got like 15 or so staff.
Yeah.
That like manage and like run the program for the day and look after the guys and girls. So yeah, like that's one of the bigger ones. And then you got like they've got like services all throughout New South Wales. So and different life skills programs but they're all very different and like unique.
Yeah.
Because depending on like the needs and like the
Sure.
personalities as well of the people that are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
How long have you been associated with Northcote?
yeah, so since I was like 2 or 3.
Oh,
So like 27,
awesome.
28 years.
Right.
So we got recommended there through a doctor that my mum was like seeing with me when I was like little, when I was like really sick. And they're like, oh, try like this place. Like back then, so Northcote was originally called the Society for Crippled Children.
Really?
Yeah. So you can't get away saying cripple these days.
Yeah.
Except I can, but and that was through Rotary, the Rotary Club.
Yeah.
And then I guess like as political correctness and that kicked in, names changed and stuff. So Northcote's been around for like 90 years.
Okay.
Right. So how do people? I assume. How can people find Northcote or like help out?
Yeah, so just like you can Google Northcote. I've got a website. I think it's just like northcote.com.
Yeah. Just Google it.
Just Google Northcote. Like it will come up.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest ones in New South Wales.
Right.
The Parramatta one.
If not the no, like Northcote, like the whole company.
Okay, right. Yeah,
So Parramatta is Parramatta is our head office.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then we've got like something like over 200 sites throughout New South Wales.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I would absolutely encourage everyone to go have a look. What are like the real kind of practical ways that I guess people could help if they were going to help?
Yeah, so they could come like volunteer.
Yeah.
As like you did pretty similar, like come to life skills programs and work with some of the customers. If you're a corporate company, like we definitely like love corporate companies coming to us and
Some money.
bit of money. Yeah, but like at the same time, like they understand like what disability is, and they really get like it's all about like bridging those barriers of like what disability is perceived to be in the community,
Yeah.
but what it actually is, and like they're quite often quite.
What would you say is the most common misconception about disabled people?
Yeah, that we all have like an intellectual disability.
Yeah.
And I guess just like there's still that misconception that a lot of people with disabilities are just like, I guess like either sit at home
Yeah.
or just go to like a program and just like sit there and just like watch TV or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
But like there's so many people that these days with disabilities, especially with NDIS out now as well.
Yeah.
That like are like literally contributing to the community like normal like
Yeah.
you guys would be. So like working, have goals, like they want to study at uni.
Yeah.
They want to like move out, have families, like
Yeah.
play sport at competitive level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
And do you have any like, speaking on kind of the misconception, do you have any like really awkward, like people coming up to you having awkward interactions with you?
I heard that Alex came up to you to give you a handshake when he first met you.
I'll tell you what happened.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what happened, and it's absolutely scarred me.
Yeah.
We got who was the boss there?
It's like Ryan Seacrest trying to give a high five to the blind guy. Have you seen that
Sarah?
video?
It might have been Sarah. Might have been anyway.
Because you were a few years ago, weren't you?
Yeah. And she just said, just act normal. They're absolutely, they just want to chat just like you. And I was like, all right, sweet. Well, I'm just totally normal. So obviously, like, I'm bricking it, absolutely. Because it's a totally different, like, you walk in and it's just totally different.
Very daunting if you're not.
Very daunting if you're not
If you don't have
accustomed.
any first-hand experience. Or,
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, then, so obviously, my first reaction is just be normal.
Yeah.
So then I stick out my hand. And there's obviously that awkward moment where both of us realise yeah, what are we going to do here? This isn't going to work. And I'm pretty sure you might have called me like a retard or something like what are you doing or something like that. It was pretty funny. Yeah, it was pretty funny. But obviously embarrassing at the time, particularly because it's the first impression you make.
Yeah.
Do you get that type of stuff?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
It's like the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
Just like people come up and like try to shake my hand, and like I forgot who it was. I think it was like a politician or someone I met. Tried to come up. They went to shake my hand, and like because I can only move my hand like that much, right?
Yeah.
So I can put my hand out, and then he realized I wasn't going in for the handshake.
Yeah.
So then he put his head back, but then he tried again, and I did it again.
Yeah.
And it went like 3 or 4 times. He tried to reach out for the handshake, and it was just like the most awkward thing. And then my mate was on my left, and he was just like pissing himself laughing. Because like we all see it.
Yeah.
Because it happens to all of us. But then it's like really awkward when like they go for the handshake, but then they do something really awkward.
Right.
Like instead of the handshake, like you didn't do it, but what?
They'll touch
They
you
then
or
like
something like
pat
that.
you on the shoulder,
Right.
like hello,
Yeah.
or like pat you on the head.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a dog,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But like that's awkward. And like when you're at the shops, so like so many times when you're at the shops, whatever, people just feel like they have to come and say hello to you,
Oh, really?
and you're just like, I don't bloody know you. Like,
Yeah.
what are you? Like I can pick them. Sometimes they're on the other side of the shop, and I've seen them, and they look at me, and I'm like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna come over and say hello to me or something. So they come over, and I've had this one guy. He's like, hi. I'm like, hi. And he's like, oh, it's good to see you here today. I'm like, okay. And then he's like, oh, so just wondering, like, how are you treated at home? I'm like, fine. And then he's like, oh, so like you don't get abused or, and like he was dead set, like straight face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're laughing about it, but he was dead set, like
Wow.
straight face. He was like, so like there was this guy, like he was an older gentleman, and his perception of someone with a disability was that we get abused.
Yeah.
Which don't get me wrong, like obviously like with the Royal Commission coming
Right.
up, like there is that side of things, and like it's not something that should be like ignored, but it's just like
Yeah.
that was his perception
Yeah.
of all people with disabilities,
Yeah.
that we all get abused. And my response was like, yeah, my mum hits me every night. And I just drove off laughing. But it's like, so it's funny. Or just like when you go to festivals, like you have so many people come up because I go mosh pitting.
Yeah.
It's the only way to experience
You should
it.
go mosh pitting in the power chair.
Yeah.
As well, start spinning around.
Uh-huh.
You should go in the power chair, like the
The sports one.
the sports one, and just.
No, it's too low. I can't see over people.
Oh, true.
Because this chair actually goes up in the air so I can see over people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm in the mosh and I go above people.
Oh, sweet.
And it's cool. But everyone comes up to us.
Yeah.
Like me and my mates who I'm with.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, it's good to see you.
I don't know you.
And I just like can't believe that a guy in a wheelchair's in a mosh pit.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
It's 2019.
2019 here.
Yeah. Get with it.
Yeah.
Who do you like to? What type of music you into?
Anything really like R&B. Like last festival I went to was FOMO.
Yeah.
So I saw like Ray Sherman play Miramasa. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then we went to. So my mate dragged me to Nickelback.
Oh mate.
That would be
I
pretty
know.
funny to be at.
It was like they were actually pretty good live. Like
Yeah.
legit live. They were actually.
They get a bad rap, I reckon.
They get a bad rap, but like surprisingly, and my mate that was with me, she was like, "Oh my god, it's actually sold out." Like it was full.
Yeah.
It was full.
They're a big name.
Yeah, but the band before that was Bad Wolves. Love Bad Wolves.
Oh, I've never heard of them.
Shout out to Bad Wolves.
Shout out to Bad Wolves. Thank you. Shout out. Yeah, they've sung the Cranberries song Zombie. You know it if you was you.
Okay.
It's like gone gold platinum in Australia.
Right.
So-
Did it pick up a what's the Australian equivalent of the Grammys? What is it?
Logies.
No, Logies is TV. Logies is TV.
Arias.
Arias. Did it pick up an Aria award?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know it that well.
Yeah.
No. Probably
Yeah.
not.
They were good.
They were good.
They were good.
Okay. Cool. Alright, well, is there anything else you want to...
Any shout outs?
any more? We're big fan of shameless plugs here as well. So if you want to give a plug to anyone, shout out. Prediction for the fight. Yeah, when's it going to end?
Tomorrow. tomorrow night for sure.
Well, it could be on Sunday morning, could be.
No, it's only 5 rounds of 3 minutes.
Yeah, well, if it
Depends if
starts
they
12.
fight at 12.
True. Oh, true. Good point. Didn't think about that. Sorry. I reckon third round
Third round
stoppage to Joyner, obviously.
Yeah.
I can all go 3.
Yeah. Okay, Alex.
I'm going to say second round. I reckon he's going to get him with the right hand. I've seen it. It is nasty. It is nasty. I reckon it'll be leg kick first because I've copped a leg kick from Joyner.
Same.
It'll drop him and then it'll just...
You put me in a wheelchair, actually.
This is Joyner's fault.
Yeah.
Is it Evolution Gym?
Yes.
I've got Joyner first round with a left hook right hand
Ooh,
droppage.
confident.
Yeah.
First round.
So you reckon it's not going to go the distance at all?
Okay, so he's got first round, I've got second round.
That's
and you've got
third.
That's
you've
if
got
he doesn't hit him with the Superman punch coming straight after the bell,
Yeah.
which is what I would advise.
I think Charlie's gonna. I think Joyner's gonna be quite aggressive though.
Yeah, I hope
Last
he
night I
is.
was talking to him and he's like,
Gonna
like, how you feeling?
hunt him down
Like, how you feeling? He's like, ready to put a show on for you guys.
like a hungry dog.
So just.
Yeah, he's confident.
I want to see him in the doghouse. Have
Have you guys ever watched him live fight?
No.
No, it's our first time.
You've never watched him.
No.
You're in for a treat.
Yeah.
It's a different Charlie,
Awesome.
different Joyner to what you guys
Yeah.
see outside the ring.
Okay. Sweet. Well, let's see if we can maybe link up before for like hang out at the bar or whatever before the fight start tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll be doing the rounds anyway.
I'll be at
we'll
the
be
bar
doing
for
the
sure.
rounds. Yeah, sweet. Well,
A couple of ladies either side.
Of course.
Just
How we
business.
do it.
Just business. All right. Well, I think that might just well wrap it. Yeah, I think it does.
I'm happy with that.
I'm happy with that. You happy with that?
Good luck to the Eels.
Yeah.
Good luck to the Eels tonight. Good luck to Blake Ferguson. Hope he gets
Yes. And Tim and his eyebrows.
and Tim and his eyebrows.
Shout out to Timmy
You
Mann.
need a lawnmower for those eyebrows.
Oh no, I told him that.
How often do you see Tim Mann?
Oh, he only lives across the road. So
Does he?
yeah.
You know,
Yeah, so
you know where I've run into him? North Rock's bathrooms.
Really?
What were you doing in there?
No. He was just washing his hands, and then I'd just come out, and I was like,
Did you say hello?
I said good game last night. Problem was, it was awkward because it was actually they played 2 nights ago, and they didn't play last.
Well, last time I saw him, it's a bit awkward. I was like, oh, you're not playing this? He's like, yeah. And I was like, I heard you retired. No? Oh, I carry on. They're just such...
Someone else. I'm thinking someone else.
He's like, bro, what are you talking about? I was like, that was pretty... So embarrassing.
Well, in fairness, someone had to say it. All right, that wraps it. I think.
Another great Carnage House interview.
Another one for the books. For the books, we'll catch up with Ben tomorrow night at the fight, and
You'll see it in the vlog.
you'll see it in the vlog.
Huge.
All right, well, thanks for being with us.
See you later.